Alright, welcome one and all to another sort of new Out of the Park baseball series here. Again, it's with the Colorado Rockies. If you can't see here, I've actually already played, I think, 2 seasons here. Because I wanted to get us a little bit of a good start here. Ignore that. Here's sort of the last 2 seasons, how they've went. First season, we won 78 games, third in the NL West. Next season, we won 80 games, and we're fourth in the NL West. Notably, in 2026, we're actually pretty close to making the wild card. I guess the league just wasn't that good. And now this year, we have a decent roster, I'll say. I don't know if it's a playoff caliber roster, but you could say that, I guess. I'm going to show off the roster, and then we'll get into preseason predictions, and then we'll play the first game. I think that sounds good. Also, if you can't notice, if you don't know, my voice is a bit bad. I'm a bit sick at the moment, so there's that. For our roster, we have Zach Veen, the right fielder. Last season was, I think, his first year in the majors, and he had 19 home runs, 242 batting average. Overall, he was a decently fine player. He has some potential in him. Let's hope he's able to do a little bit better this year, of course, but, we'll see. Next up, we have probably the first of our 2 major players on this roster, and hopefully soon to be 3. So the third one I'll get to last, but we have Ezequiel Tovar. Now, of course, he's already a Rocky. He did very well in 2024, and he's largely, after a little bit of a down season in 2025, he came back in full force in 2026. 241 batting average, 30 home runs. An incredible season for him, for Tovar, what can I say? And then our second major player here is Drew Romo. He is a catcher from, where's he from? He's from the Woodlands High School, wherever the hell that is. He was an all-star last year, and he's basically our major player. Funnily enough, in 2024 and 2025, respectively, he didn't do a whole lot. But this year, he just absolutely balled out. 15 home runs, which isn't really the major part. The major part is he had a 313 batting average. Like, he just randomly became really great. I have him on a contract till 2030, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 4 years. That's his contract, $70 million, so let's hope he's able to perform to that expectation. Nolan Germán is another great player for us, although admittedly he's a free agent. We don't know a lot of how he's actually going to perform, but he did very well the last 2 seasons with St. Louis, 31 home runs on both of them. Let's hope he's able to continue that. I have him signed until his age 30 season. He has a player option there. Probably is going to take it, but let's hope he can continue performing well, of course. Jurickson Profar is another player here. He was an all-star, apparently in real life in 2024 with San Diego. However, in 2025 and 2026, he's with Atlanta, and now he is playing with us. His overall has went down. However, they only got Cole Carrick, who probably won't amount to much, hopefully. I mean, the last 2 seasons he was awful with Colorado, with us. So, hopefully he doesn't do anything, like, insane in, there. I don't think he will anyways, but let's hope not. Seem Bashard, he was an all-star the first season here, 2025. And he wasn't really great that year, 21 home runs, 261. He did decline a little bit. He had a little more home runs, but a lot less contact. I only signed him for this year. After that, he may be gone. We'll see how this year goes. And then there's Ryan McMahon. He's 32 at the moment. He's a bit interesting. Of course, says age 30 season, 13 home runs, 214, 21 home runs. He hasn't really had a great year. I mean, actually, I think 2026 he had a pretty good batting average and 21 home runs. So that was a good year for him. 2024, though, yeah, I don't know. But he isn't really a true superstar, at least not in my opinion, that is. I mean, he's only a 47 overall out of 80, so he's not like an amazing player, but he's pretty good, I guess. And then here's the prospect that we have on our major league team. Number 6 prospect overall in the MLB, Charlie Condon. A lot of people are expecting great things out of him, including the OSA. They have him even higher than we do. I think he'll do very well. Last year was a bit of a learning curve. 255 batting average, 1 home run. He did pretty well, but not like anything exceptional. But this year, I am expecting amazing things from him. Hopefully, he can develop even better than he did before. Apparently, he was drafted in the first round of 2024, the year before I came in, of course. I came in 2025 as the GM here. And then the last player in the batting side of things is Brenton Doyle. He has, I think, been a Rocky, for ever since 2023. Had a really good 2024 season, 2025, 24 home runs, 222 batting average. And then 2026, he went a bit down, only 18 home runs and a 220 batting average. Let's hope that that doesn't continue. I only have him signed for one more year, so if it does, we'll just let him go. Notably, though, he is good at stealing bases, and that did improve by 1, but I don't know if that's really enough to carry him. That's not my strategy here, not to steal bases, of course. Doesn't matter if you can't get on base anyways. Bradley Blalock, 2026 All-Star, apparently. And, I mean, I can kind of see it. The 3.38 ERA, especially at Coors Field, is pretty great. He is actually an unknown national popularity, despite the fact he was an All-Star last year, which I find pretty funny. 2.5 WAR, 164 strikeouts. He's a pretty great player, I'd have to say there. He is a player I really like. And then there's Chase Dollinger, a prospect you might even know about. I think I actually drafted him with the Nationals and now the Park 24 save with them. I think it was out for 24. And he did very well there, although in this save, we've had him for really one full season, and he didn't really do well on the ERA side of things. Had a lot of strikeouts, so he had 158 strikeouts. It's just that when he wasn't dishing out strikeouts, he was apparently dishing up a lot of earned runs and home runs. It's not what we want to see. Let's hope he's able to sort of lower that down a little bit. Lower those home run and earned run tendencies. Ryan Feltner, pitching wise, last year he was pretty good, I guess. Wasn't like amazing, but I'd call him like a generally decent pitcher. Gabriel Hughes is our 4th starting pitcher. He's like fine, I guess. And then there's Blake Adams, our 5th starting pitcher. He is also just kind of there. He's fine, I guess. Not a lot of strikeouts. His ERA isn't awful. Like, 402 is not amazing, but it's like average, I'd say. Like for starters, and 102 strikeouts, whatever. And then our closer is Angel Chavilli. We've actually had him since, of course, 2024. But last year, he wasn't really great, I'd say. 1 save, 395. I mean, this is also maybe his first year of being a closer, like our main closer. So we'll see. Hopefully, he's able to do a lot there. His overall would suggest he's going to do great things. And then we'll go over 2 more relief pitchers. Self Halverson. I think he was our closer the last 2 seasons, and he did pretty well, but his overall went down, so let's hope. So let's see if, I guess he'll just be a support guy this year, unless, of course, Chavilli doesn't do well. And Joe Jimenez is another player here. We signed him this year. Previously, he had played for Detroit and Atlanta. Last year in Atlanta, he was actually pretty good, I'd say. 134. He only played like 7. He was actually quite good. It's just that, of course, ERA is or wins above replacement is pretty far off for relievers. So it's not really, yeah. And we also have Chris McMahon and Carson Palmquist also as relievers, just in case we need them. Probably not, hopefully. And, I mean, yeah, that's basically it for the roster. And now let's get into our preseason predictions here. This usually that we tend to be pretty underrated, and actually no, we're 3rd in the NL West predictions. Expected to have the same record as last year now. I hope we can obviously get a winning record this year. That would be a good step in the right direction. I think we're gonna be able to get there. They have Nolan Germán hitting 42 home runs and with 260 batting average. Now that's pretty crazy if you ask me. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna get there, but there's always a chance, I guess. Hopefully he's able to really do that well, because batting wise, you wouldn't really, I mean, maybe he is entering his prime technically, so I guess they might expect that. I don't know. Either way, we are going to play our first game here at Milwaukee. We're just gonna play it. I'm not sure if I actually, no, we'll play it anyways. Why not? We are going to play our first game at Milwaukee here. Because why not, I suppose. And Audie Smith offered a children's book called Hello, Fredbird. Alright, sounds about right. And we overall definitely had the better team. The only thing we don't have the advantage on is pitching. They have Nestor Cortez. We have Chase Dollander starting today. I am not managing this game. It is the AI, in case you are wondering. Generally, we have the more well-rounded team, but they have the better, overall players. We'll see which tactic wins here. I want him to play 100 miles an hour. Alright. We are going to show the first at-bat here. Nolan Gorman is up here. And he is going to hit that ball into the glove of the center fielder there, Mitchell. And yeah, usually what I do is I'll do that, and then I'll do RASP, and I'll just see what happens there. Now, sure, if somebody hits a home run, that won't be fun, but... And yeah, now we have Bryant. Wait, Bryant's starting? I guess he's a pinch hitter. Or a pinch runner, it actually seems. Is his speed good? Why are we having him as a pinch runner? I guess he has good base running. He doesn't have good stealing, but I guess he has good base running. Drew Romo, catcher, is now up here. I guess they just figured out the other guy can't run as well. I don't know. But yeah, it seems that we're not going to be able to do anything there. And that is the out. And we're going to go at bat. Christian Yelich is, of course, now up. With Chase Dollander on the mound. Dollander, oh, that's not a good sign there. And yeah, it's going to be a good hit for Yelich. As, what is it? Yelich gets a double there. As now Garrett Mitchell is up for the Milwaukee Brewers. For the Brew Crew, you could even say. And it looks like Yelich goes to third as Mitchell is out. So now it's one out with Contreras up and Yelich on third. Wilson Contreras now up. Dollinger back on the mound as he strikes out. Contreras is now up for Milwaukee is Jackson Chourio. Pretty good batter, I'd have to say. And that's going to be into center field as Milwaukee will score the first run here tonight. Yeah, it is tonight, 7:21 p.m., alright. As the Brewers, the Brew Crew, are now in front 1-0. Lamont Wade Jr. now up here. Number 5th hitter there. And he has an out as now the Brewers are now up 1-0 as we enter the top of the second. Now up for the Rockies is Seam Bashard. And he is going to strike out there, unfortunately. Jerickson Profar now. You know what? No, we're going to tell RSP just to be fair. Is anything going to happen? And it looks as if nothing did. It's like Perkins is being loaded up. It is now still 1-0 to the Milwaukee Brewers. Perkins now the batter as he strikes out. Dollander currently now with 2 strikeouts on the game so far. As now, it looks like Alcantara is on second. Barrios, a really good base runner, it seems, on first. And Yelich is now at the plate. 2 outs, though, so let's hope we're able to get ourselves out of this. And Yelich is struck out. As the Brewers, while still in front of the Rockies, do not manage to get a thing there. Still 1-0 towards them. Ryan McMahon, third base. Third baseman now up. And that is going to go to the outfield. And that'll be a single for Ryan McMahon. Next up now is Adele Amador. And that is going to be a caught stealing there, I'm pretty sure. Which means now there's 1 out. As Amador is now at the plate. Amador is going to hit that ball straight to the right fielder. As now we're just going to go until RSP. Nothing happened there. Mitchell for the Brewers now up. Mitchell is now retired there. And we'll just go until RSP again. The Brewers can't get anything going there. Top of the fourth now. Ezekiel Tovar at the plate. His first at bat. Apparently, I don't know. However, it's caught by the left fielder. 1 out. Just do that again. Alright, so nothing happened for the Rockies in the top of the fourth. Let's see what Lamonte Wade Jr. can do here. He walks. And Dollander has now his second walk of the game there. Chase Dollander is going to get 2 strikes on Blake Perkins. Let's see what happens now. Perkins is going to hit that ball very high in the air, but it won't be enough to really do anything there. As it's 1 out. Lamonte Wade stays on first as Bryce Terang now heads to the plate. And he is going to be caught out as well. 2 outs. Wade Jr. is still on first as Sergio Alcantara now at the bottom of the fourth. And, yeah, right, it looks like the Brewers scored. Wade Jr. scores, Alcantara with a double, as now it is 2-0 to the Brewers. Barrios now digs in for the Brewers as he is going to be, it looks like, the final out of the bottom of the fourth as the Brewers score 1 entering the 5th inning. 2-0 Brewers. It's now 2-0 Milwaukee as the Rockies and Jerks and Profar are now up to bat. I don't know if I mentioned it already. Actually, I think I already did, yeah. I'm a bit sick, so just deal with my voice being a bit bad, I guess. I don't know. Brenton Doyle is now up here. 2-0 Milwaukee so far, but it's not really looking great for Colorado as Ryan McMahon steps up to be the final batter here. He is going to walk, so he won't be the final batter. Amador might be the final one. No, he strikes out to end it off. The Rockies still cannot get anything done here. Yeah, we'll just do that. Hopefully nothing happens. Yeah, nothing did. Nolan Gorman, the designated hitter, is now batting here. And he strikes out. We've not been doing great so far today, that's what I must say. Ezekiel Tovar is now the shortstop here. We'll watch him, but after that, if he can't get anything done, then we're probably just gonna... Yeah, grounder to third, and it's thrown to first. He's out. What a surprise there. And, yep, that's it. Bottom of the 6th there, Lamont Wade Jr. He's now going to hit that one. A slow roller to the pitcher as the first baseman is out. There are now Perkins. Actually, no, we're just going to do that. Looks like, actually, no, Terang's now on second with Alcantara on first, or at the plate. Sorry, 2 outs. And Alcantara might, no, that's going to be out. And that will end off the 6th inning. It's still 2-0 to Milwaukee. Drew Romo, the major superstar for Colorado, is now up. And he strikes out. It's really not been a good day for the superstars of this Colorado team so far. Cortez really has them where he wants them there. And Bouchard straight to the right fielder. As now Jerks and Profar is up. He gets on second, and now Doyle, Brenton Doyle, now up. And it looks like, will Colorado be able to score? And it looks like they have. Oh, no! It looks like he's out, and that will end off the top of the 7th, bottom of the 7th now. Barrios up for the Brewers. Shortstop. And that's going to be it, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, Yelich on second, Mitchell on first, Contreras at the plate here. 1 out. And it looks like there's going to be a steal attempt, and he's going to be safe. As Yelich is on third, Mitchell on second, and Contreras at the plate still. And it looks like Contreras is now being walked with 1 out. I don't really get the point of that. Chourio, I don't know really why we did that, but Chourio now up. At least, yeah, no, because now they're just going to score another run. What the hell is the point there? Yeah, because now you just gave away a run. Now it's 3-0. I don't know what the manager, because I'm not managing this game. I don't know what the hell is happening here, but that was pretty stupid. And is that going to be out of here? Yeah, it is. So it's 6-0 because we thought it'd be a good idea to walk a guy. What are we doing? Either way, finally our pitcher's out is Austin Gomber, a pretty bad reliever, is now in to take on Blake Perkins in the bottom of the 7th here. Blake Perkins is up. What the hell are we doing? And now, yeah, I might just sim through the inning. I don't want to deal with this crap. They still have yet to score a run, by the way, so this is awful. Yeah, alright, I give up. I'm going to sim through the inning and just hope that's not that bad, because, yeah, at this point, it's looking like a very bad inning. Half inning. 7-0, so it wasn't that bad, but it was still very bad. I mean, we still lost, like, 4 runs, 5. Either way, Cortez gives McMahon a walk, so now Amador is up. We'll watch this. Amador is now up to hit, and he's just going to give it to the left fielder there. Nolan Germán. I mean, this team basically lives and dies by power. So, you know, and we just didn't really have, our pitching was bad enough to where it didn't really matter. That being said, Nolan Germán with a 2-run homer. 7-2 as the Brewers remain in front, but, you know, it's not that bad, I guess now. Well, it's still pretty bad. We're still behind by 5 runs. Chad Patrick now in for the Brewers. And, yeah, that's a strikeout. While swinging there for Tovar. And Chris Bryant is now at the plate. He is going to get a walk. And now it's Drew Romo is now hitting. And 2-7. Let's watch his Yelich at bat. 2-7. Brewers still very far in the lead right now. And Yelich has struck out, finally. And yeah, we'll just until RSP at this point. Nothing happens there. We'll watch Bashard, and this may be the last at-bat we watch, depending on what happens here. And it may be, if no runner gets in scoring position, it's probably over here. 5-3. There, and yeah, that's it. It's a 7-2 loss for the Rockies on opening day. We just couldn't really do much there. And that was it, 7-2. We lose opening day. Hope you all enjoyed this sort of video here, and I'll see you guys next time. This is episode 1 of the Colorado Rockies save on out of part 26.